I just saw the video of the protester calling the cop the N-word, and that's why I can't be at that protest. That is why I can't be at that protest. You guys are in my comments right now trying to say I'm selfish, and it's like a dangerous way of thinking because I made a video saying that I understand why black people don't want to fight alongside you and protest with you, because if you call somebody the N-word and we call you out for it, you guys are going to get angry and you guys are going to invalidate it and tell us to shut the fuck up because there's bigger stuff to worry about. How are you protesting oppression, getting caught on video, calling black people slurs? Yeah, so this is why I understand why they don't want to protest with you. This is why I understand why they don't want to fight alongside you. This is why we have been telling you to figure out the anti-blackness within your community if you expect us to fight with you. You encouraging black people to go to protest for racist people. Go to protest and fight alongside people who are going to call them the N-word and use slurs meant for them on people around them.
I can't sleep comfortably because of you.
Right there. Hello you all, welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide, where we talk real, raw and always relevant. If you're new here, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like and share, because this one right here, it's about to get heavy. So here's the thing, when people talk about racism, they usually picture it coming from one direction. But lately, something has been happening that's got folks scratching their heads and others shaking with anger, because there are communities asking for solidarity from Black Americans. But behind closed doors, some of them have been showing deep anti-blackness for years. And now that the pressure's on them, suddenly they want help. Well, as you know, there's been an ongoing protest in Los Angeles against the ICE protest by the Latinos. But what happened at that protest, let's just say it exposed a truth a lot of us already knew. Now, what happened was this. During an ICE protest in Los Angeles, some of the Latino protesters, specifically a group believed to be Cuban, got into it with a black cop who was just standing there. And instead of focusing on the cause they came for, they turned their anger towards him and started throwing out racial slurs. They repeatedly called him the N-word loudly, aggressively, like they weren't even thinking twice about it. And it wasn't just once or twice, it was constant, it was loud, it was hateful, and it was disgusting. So guys, let's take a look at what people are saying, their reactions, then I'll be back and we can have a full discussion on this topic.
As somebody, a black woman from LA who grew up around Latinos and blacks, if you are a black person and you do not want to participate in the protest, I do not blame you. I have nothing against immigration. My father's Belize, from Belize. However, there is a lot of entitlement and anger going on from Latinos because black people, especially black Americans, are choosing to sit down. Something that y'all need to understand is that a lot of you guys are anti-black and y'all want to sit up here and call for coalition between black and brown people, but yet y'all don't even want to sit up here and be respectful towards us enough to not even say the N-word. California Latinos are so notorious for saying the N-word to the point where you guys literally boast about that being the culture here in California, and then want to sit up here and pretend and act as if you guys are anti-black. You guys have to understand that we came out and voted for that. A good portion of Latino men voted for Trump. Like, come on.
Even I didn't realize you Latinos were this racist. Y'all about shocking me the way when Trump won this second election. I was like, fuck, is this many Americans okay with this? Turns out it was. And guess what? Turns out you motherfuckers know you really do think you better than us. Which is what black people always said to me since I've lived in California. And I always try not to ever hold one person word for the rest of people. But to hear people repeatedly in the comment section throwing out stereotypes about black people and our work ethics and just bulldozing, gaslighting over the fact that our eyes can see when we go to the Ross, to the McDonald's, to the Burger King, to the Rite Aid, you know, like we just crazy.
Oh my God, I will vote. Yo, listen, my grandfather was Cuban, right? And my grandfather was racist against black people. He was a little lighter than me, but he was not like a white Cuban. He was a black Cuban man, and he was racist against black people. He would, as a kid, he would tell me, like, I had a crush on a little black girl, and he'd be like, oh, she's too black. He would literally spit every time he said her name. I have a problem with the Cuban community, Hispanic community, voting for Trump, and now asking for the black community to support them, right? I'm talking from experience, right? There's some real racist stuff going on in Hispanic culture. The lighter you are, the better you are, right?
I actually think it's very sad that Latino people, that y'all just not listening. Y'all just aren't listening. Y'all just will not take responsibility for discrimination and racism. It's awful what Trump is trying to do to California and undocumented people. It's awful that he wants to play in the dirt and get petty because he feel like the undocumented community has injured America. I don't feel like the undocumented community has injured America. I just know that the undocumented community has disrespected black people. In general, I'm not talking on an individual basis. It's not every single Latino person. No. But what I'm saying, so that maybe some of you that want to listen moving forward, you might be a little bit more welcoming to the people who are already here. That's it. That's all. But if you're going to be so deep in your feelings, you're not going to make no allies. You're not going to make more friends. You're not. It's going to be you against the world, but it don't have to be. Black people have been asking black people, brown people, let's join together, let's unite, let's be together. But you guys didn't answer that call. You didn't heed that call.
Now, that incident is about pattern, it's about proximity to whiteness, it's about selective solidarity, and it's about black folks being tired of being treated like tools people pull out when they are in trouble. So let's break it all down. Now, we've got Black Americans online saying, we've experienced racism from some in the Latino and especially Cuban community for years, and they don't hire us, don't support us, and actively vote against us. And now with deportation threats looming and stepping in heavy, there's a call for unity after all the disrespect, after calling a black cop the N-word while protesting for justice. That's why this hits different, because we've always stood up for other groups, always marched, always organized, always demanded justice, not just for ourselves but for everyone. But respect has to be mutual. Solidarity isn't a one-way street. So when black people are saying you don't get to hate us and ask us to fight for you, that's not hate talking, that's exhaustion, that's the truth. Because you know, these same Latinos, especially the certain groups like Cubans, have been blatantly anti-black. They've denied it, yes, they've deflected, but now they're doing exactly what black people have been calling out all along. And now when the pressure hits them, they cry out that black folks aren't supporting them. But here's what they don't understand. You can't expect unity when you've never showed respect. Black people are saying, you want us to show up for you? But look how you treat us. And honestly, nobody's saying they deserve to go through pain. But the fact is, if you want solidarity, then you need to start with accountability. So what you're hearing now from black voices isn't we don't care. It's more like we care enough to tell you the truth. And if you're not anti-black, cool, then prove it. Mend the wrongs, work on your community, show that you've changed, and fight for yourself. So guys, with all this said, let's talk about it in the comments. Drop your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say about this entire conversation. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, kindly give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.